ESPN recently ranked their top 50 NFL free agents, and 3 of them have been linked back to the New England Patriots. What it would possibly take to sign them, how they would fit in the Patriots offense and defense, and who are they? Well, we're going to break that down here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. First things first, thank yous are so overdue. 22,000 subscribers on this channel. I mean, I am at a loss for words. Thank you guys so much for supporting us day in, day out, even through 17 games of pure torture in 2024. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But help us get to 23,000. Go on ahead, hit that sub button for me if you guys haven't already. So ESPN released the best team fits for those top 50 NFL free agents. You know, they're all over the place. Super Bowl champions, people that didn't make the playoffs. I mean, the list keeps going on and on. But a couple of free agent targets that we have talked about here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports, ESPN thinks differently about their final destination. Here are a couple of names that were not linked back to the Patriots. Kansas City Chiefs guard Trey Smith has been linked to Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams. Chris Godwin has been linked to go right back to his team with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Zach Bond, same thing. Philadelphia Eagles signed him to a 1-year deal. They'd be stupid not to re-sign him. Josh Sweat, a Philadelphia Eagle, currently has been linked to the Arizona Cardinals, and Cam Robinson, currently with the Minnesota Vikings, but Christian Darrisaw's coming back, and they think he's going to head out west to the Los Angeles Rams. So with those being some of the top free agents that we've discussed here, who could the Patriots possibly have been linked to out of 50 NFL free agents? Well, let's go ahead and break it down from the number 40 overall free agent per ESPN. This is going to be Alaric Jackson. I'll go the lowest ranking to the highest ranking per ESPN. Obviously, the current offensive tackle for the Los Angeles Rams. Here's what ESPN had to say about possibly bringing Jackson to New England. With his 6'7", 345-pound frame, ooh, that's a big boy. Jackson has the play strength to anchor against power off the edge, and he understands how to win with positioning. His experience, 35 career starts, would be great in New England as the team builds up front to protect quarterback Drake May. I really want to emphasize as well on the 35 career starts because we struggled with that at offensive tackle for the Patriots. We had 5 different left tackles through the first 5 games of the NFL season. You want consistency as well as good protection. And he is an overall top-ranked tackle in the NFL. That is the 18th, 23rd, and 19th out of 141 players that play his position. And he is in the high 70s in each and every grade per PFF. You could take it with a grain of salt, but I mean, hey, if you're a top 20, top 25 tackle in the NFL, that goes wonders above what the Patriots are dealing with right now. There is a little asterisk to Alaric Jackson, though. Even though the Rams haven't franchise tagged a player since 2018, they could possibly try and keep Jackson for 1 more year. Last year, they signed him to a 1-year, $4 million contract, so now he's a free agent. But to franchise tag somebody like Alaric Jackson, it's going to actually cost more for the Rams than to just sign him to another deal. So I don't think they're going to do this, but don't be surprised if the next couple of days you see this report. I hope it doesn't happen because I think he'd be a great fit. Like I said, this is a humongous guy to protect Drake May, and he does well with the mobility of a quarterback like Drake May, which we have seen so far in his NFL career. 2024, he had 14 games played, 3 sacks allowed. I mean, what? Drake May must have been averaging 3 sacks a game at this point, Brett Alper. That would be huge protection for a Drake May that is getting accustomed to a new offensive system with Josh McDaniels. Overall, I think this is a huge win for the Patriots if it ends up working out. What do you guys say? Sign Alaric Jackson, type S for sign, type P for a pass. Once again, this ESPN article is just saying who they'd be their best fit. Nothing has been set in motion because free agency doesn't start until the middle of March anyways. But I really like this. And we've got 2 more free agents to discuss in just a moment. Let me tell you guys real quick about the #1 daily fantasy sports app in America, Prize Picks. I play Prize Picks every single game day, and I want you guys to join me and 10 million active users who are playing right now. You can play in over 30 different states, including Cali, Georgia, Florida, and Texas. And with Prize Picks, it's probably the easiest part of my day. All you guys have to do is just pick more or less on a player's projected stats, and you can win up to 1,000 times your cash. That's right, up to 1,000 times your cash. I know the basketball All-Star break is happening right now, but there are still plenty of sports going on. We do have about 7 more months until we get back into the football season. Nobody shed a tear just yet. If you guys haven't watched the hockey tournament going on, you're missing out. 3 fights in the first 9 seconds. That's what I call good quality television. I'm going to take Team USA in that tournament for hockey. Currently have Brady having more than 2.5 shots on goal. And I'm just going to let King James do what he does best. Score the basketball. They do play tomorrow. So LeBron James tonight, having more than 23.5 points. I'm a more person. I like to take more. I get superstitious when I take less. But you guys play how you play, or you can follow how I do. Go on ahead and make your Prize Picks or copy mine by downloading the Prize Picks app using promo code CLNS. This will give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Download the Prize Picks app. Use promo code CLNS. That'll give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. At the number 8 overall ranked free agent, Milton Williams, trying to help out our defensive game at the 3-4 front, currently playing for Philadelphia. Here is what ESPN had to say about his possible fit with New England. The Patriots could make another defensive upgrade with Williams, who moved up our ranks after his 2 sacks and a forced fumble in the recent Super Bowl. Williams had 5 sacks and 18 pressures during the regular season, and I see a disruptor on tape with the strength to displace blockers at the point of attack. He also has the short area burst to slip interior offensive linemen, which I think goes hand in hand with a guy like Keion White. He could be a difference maker with Devon Godchaux and Christian Barmore, which, does currently have blood clots, or is dealing with blood clots on the inside. And that's one thing with a guy like Christian Barmore, is that we had to filter through just as many defensive linemen as we did offensive linemen. And when you have a young player, 25 years old, pair him up with another young guy in Keion White, I think one of the reasons why White struggled at having a breakout season was because all the pressure was coming to his side, because we had backups where Christian Barmore played and Devon Godchaux obviously taking on the interior offensive lineman. If you have a guy like Milton Williams playing opposite of Keion White, if Christian Barmore continues to suffer from these blood clots, you improve your 3-4 front. And I know you're probably thinking 5 sacks. Hell, it's not too much. Well, why are we so harped on this guy? You know our team total for sacks? Our team high, 5.5. By Keion White and Dietrich Wise Jr. We're obviously struggling to tackle quarterbacks. And if you have a guy playing in a top defensive system right now with the Philadelphia Eagles, championship defensive systems, he's going to take that experience and bring it to a young defense for New England. But he's only played for one team so far in the NFL. So he'd have to adjust to a whole nother system, but so would everybody else in the New England Patriots defense. Why? Because Terrell Williams is bringing in a different system than DeMarcus Covington had. So he's going to be learning with the rest of the Patriots defense. That's why I'm not worried about starting Williams over again in this new scheme. I think he'd be a great fit. So far, 2 for 2 for ESPN and their potential fits. I think we need an upgrade on the defensive line overall. If it's not Williams, it should be somebody else in free agency. I think we need to add a little bit more veteran presence to that 3-4 front. What do you guys say? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. We stick with defenders. The number 4 overall free agent per ESPN is a division rival, DJ Reed. I talked about him in a former video I posted last week on Patriots Today by Chad Sports, but let me remind you. And also, here's what ESPN had to say about Reed's fit in the secondary of New England. Coach Mike Vrabel would be adding a veteran corner in Reed, and think about it, Christian Gonzalez, 2-3 years in in the NFL, putting a veteran presence right there, that communication, that defense, it is going to improve 10 times in just one move. Giving the Patriots another scheme versatile defender in the secondary opposite of Christian Gonzalez. Reed is a highly competitive coverage corner with press man traits and the transition speed to break on the throw. That was what we didn't have with Jonathan Jones. He got beat several times on the throw because what? He's 32 years old. But he's more of a ball disruptor than a playmaker, having 40 pass breakups compared with 6 interceptions in his career. And that was definitely a flaw that I had talking about DJ Reed last week, was that he doesn't have any interceptions over the last year. But when you break it down in terms of the Jets defense, which was one of their bright spots in a pretty crappy organization, you can thank Aaron Rodgers for that. It's okay that he doesn't have those interceptions because Christian Gonzalez racked up 2 this year. If he can be a play disruptor and, God forbid, ever find himself close enough to Gonzalez, if you break up a certain type of play, Gonzo is going to help you out. He will follow the ball, whether he's marked on it or not. I think this is a veteran that the Patriots need to go all in for. Even if Elliott Wolf has to say, hey, you want to piss off the Jets? Come play for the Patriots. 64 tackles, 0 interceptions, 11 pass breakups. That's what Gonzo had this last year too. This, in my opinion, may be controversial. Even if Travis Hunter decides to be a defensive back in the NFL, I think DJ Reed and Christian Gonzalez would be scarier. I think adding that veteran presence to a guy like Christian Gonzalez, who just made second-team All-Pro, one of the youngest players to ever do so, you need to have a little bit of veteran experience with him. Not Gonzo teaching Travis Hunter, which as much as he can. PFF has him as one of the top-ranked cornerbacks in the NFL to this day. Top 25. 2024, he was the 25th best cornerback. 2023, 17th. 2022, 20th. This is a guy that's producing year in, year out. We're not exactly sure what Travis Hunter is going to look like in the NFL. We don't even know if he's going to be a defensive back or a wide receiver. I wouldn't risk that 4th pick on trying to snag Hunter and hope he plays defense when in free agency you can go out right now and sign DJ Reed and know the exact player you are going to get. But out of those 3 players that ESPN has linked to New England, which one would you most want to sign? Alaric Jackson, Milton Williams, or DJ Reed? Type AJ, MW, or DJ in the comment section down below. If the Patriots do make a move, we make a video. Thank you guys so much for 22,000, but help us get to 23,000 by hitting that sub button for me.